What is going on, AZ Sports fan family? How are we doing out there today on this beautiful, beautiful Monday afternoon when we're here to talk about some Arizona Cardinals updates and what's currently going on with the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, tomorrow is going to be the big day when we find out our 53-man roster and what the 2021 team is going to look like. And there has been some surprise cuts already that we're definitely going to dive into. Several safeties that has been already been cut. And obviously a wide receiver that I definitely want to dive into just a little bit to kind of, get your guys' perspective. I feel like this is the best way to communicate with you guys going live, doing a live show. And it's always best when you guys, kind of interact in the chat below. So definitely flood that chat, smash that like button. And if this is your first time here, subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan. And also wanted to talk about a big storyline that's currently happening with the Arizona Cardinals. And that is pertaining to Malcolm Butler considering retiring because of a personal issue. So we'll dive into all that different stuff, guys. There is a lot to unfold here, because I think when it comes down to, as a Cardinals fan, I always feel like, why us? Like, this happens all the freaking time. Like we were in a good spot. Like, we had 2 weeks away from regular season. I felt good about playing the Tennessee Titans. And then cuts happened today, which I was a little okay. Like, I was a little sour, a little salty. But honestly, what really rubbed me the wrong way was the Malcolm Butler talk. And we're going to dive into that as well today. So, yeah, it's a lot. Yes, let's dive into it here. Let's dive into it. So let me go ahead and first start off with the KeeSean Johnson release. Obviously, the biggest thing that happened today is going to be we had 10 releases, or at least the very first official releases by the team, which was the people that I already named. One of the biggest one was KeeSean Johnson. I already kind of came to terms with KeeSean Johnson, being released. It sucks. And it sucks that he really never got a fair opportunity to become a number one, but whenever you're in a team with Larry Fitzgerald, DeAndre Hopkins, and maybe Christian Kirk because he's a second round pick, you're never really going to have that opportunity to become the number one. But somebody that was maybe a viable number two, maybe a number three, he just never had that bona fide spot. There was one time that we used him a lot, and I believe it was back in 2019. This league is about what can you do with your opportunities that is given to you. And maybe the Cardinals didn't feel like he took advantage of those or whatever it is. I know there's two wide receivers that basically have his number or that are those bubble fringe players that might make the roster. And that's going to be obviously Greg Dortch as well as Antoine Wesley, which is the big body type wide receiver that a lot of fans really liked, and they've liked what they've seen from him so far. So that is one of the biggest storylines, KeeSean Johnson getting released. I think I've came to terms with it. This happened earlier in the afternoon, maybe around 12 to 1 p.m. So I came to terms. Now, there was some other, safeties that were released as well, and that's going to be Chris Banjo, as well as Sean Williams. Sean Williams was also released as well, and James Wiggins. So, like, I'm kind of confused with that. I know Sean. Let me just double check here. I think Sean Williams was released. Let me just confirm here real quick. I thought I saw somewhere on Twitter that he was released, but I know for confirmation fact that Banjo sources saying that he was released, as well as James Wiggins was released as well. So super weird. I know we're kind of being in a spot right now where we have Budda Baker back there, and Budda Baker is obviously our number one. Give me 1 second here. I think I'm having some internet issues. 1 second here. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, so it's super weird, man. It's super weird to see Sean Williams getting released, Banjo getting released, as well as James Wiggins, our 7th round pick in this last draft, getting released as well. I don't get it. I think safety was a position that I feel like we needed to get depth. We needed to get players back there, and I feel like we had that. And we were just basically releasing safeties left and right. Now, I know there was also word out there saying that, Isaiah Simmons might be one of those players that's going to be in a safety role. And instead of Isaiah Simmons being primarily where, in that inside linebacking spot, it's going to be Jordan Hicks. more than anything. So that might be a possibility where we might see Isaiah Simmons more play a safety more than anything, and we might see Jordan Hicks opposite side of Zaven Collins, which honestly I wouldn't be mad at that. I think that would be kind of cool. So I don't get it. But I still don't get it. I like the opportunity that Isaiah Simmons is getting. You know what I mean? Hey, maybe him having a safety, and all that different stuff. But it's weird. It's really, really weird that Banjo, Sean Williams, as well as James Wiggins, all being released. It's weird to me. I don't get it. If I were to ask one thing to the front office is why? And I know there's a lot of fans out there that don't feel like our front office does anything wrong. Like our front office is God to them for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't get this move. I really don't. If it is because, Isaiah Simmons is going to be safety a good amount, like a good chunk of it, then I guess I can see that. But I think we might have to just wait for the regular season to really find out to see exactly what's going on here. But BBHLV, what's going on, man? Thank you so very much for coming in here with a super chat. Says Banjo was a shock, especially when last year's health was yes, exactly. And this is exactly to the T. I think you said this beautifully, man. Banjo came to us in a moment where we needed help, and we needed help bad. And he came. He was one of those safeties that were that was healthy when we needed him to be healthy. So it's super weird to me that this Cardinal team is releasing safeties left and right when I know, Jalen Thompson might have that number one spot, but Jalen Thompson's been hurt. Deontay Thompson might be another person that, sneaks his way into the 53-man roster, but we need the depth. Banjo was an awesome depth player. Sean Williams, I heard good things from Cincinnati, Cincinnati Bengals, I mean. And then also, James Wiggins, which was the 7th round pick we ended up getting in this last draft. I heard good things out of him from college in Cincinnati that he played in college. So I just don't get it. I absolutely don't understand why he was released. This is a head scratcher. This is absolutely a head scratcher from the Arizona Cardinal front office. It really, really is. So those are the biggest releases so far. Tomorrow we're going to get the official 53-man roster, and obviously I'm going to bring it to you guys' attention, letting you guys know exactly who I like, who I don't like, all that different stuff. But I think when it comes down to, I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm not mad, but I don't understand the move from the front office to release safeties left and right. I don't get it. I don't. Another super chat coming in from my guy, I Am Bear. What's up, dude? Says Banjo is hurt. They didn't want to place him on IR and did not want to be able to have him all year. They will resign him when he's healthy. I hope so, man. I hope so. And I could definitely believe that when you're saying so. And hopefully, fingers crossed. But Banjo was one of those players to me I would have kept in my 53-man roster, whether hurt or not, just really depending on how hurt he is. I don't really know the extentiveness of how hurt he is, but Banjo is one of those players that I don't want to let, test fate with, because if you release him, there could be another team that might kind of sneak around and be like, hey, he was a good player. Why not go ahead and sign him to become our safety? So I feel like the Arizona Cardinals are probably playing a little Russian roulette, or maybe even doing that thing where they kind of feel like they are the smartest, front office out there, and they're trying to fool everybody in the NFL when honestly it's kind of us fooling ourselves. So I don't understand it. I really don't. Whether he was hurt or not, those are the cuts to me so far that stood out. I know tomorrow we're going to be getting a lot more cuts and really figuring out what the heck is going on and what's going to be that 53-man roster we're going to be looking into. Now, regardless of who makes it in, I'll be happy. 2021 season is in the air. We got about, a little less than 2 weeks, 13 days now until we hit the, Cardinals versus Titans. So I'm absolutely super stoked about the opportunity here to be playing on Sundays again. But some head scratching moves today from our front office for sure. Some head scratching moves that I don't know if I'm completely on board with 100%. Now, if we still look at our safeties that we have available, Jalen Thompson, obviously Budda Baker, another one is Deontay Thompson, and another one is Charles Washington. So I am cool with all those. I am cool with all those. So if we can keep all four of those, I would be completely happy with. But just some head scratching moves. Now, the only other thing I can think of as to like why we cut those other players is, hey, maybe we do want to keep the Tay Gowans. Maybe we do want to keep those other, cornerbacks, in there because of the whole Malcolm Butler situation, which we'll be diving into here very, very shortly, because I think when it comes down to it is, in my personal opinion, I think safety was one of those roles where it wouldn't hurt us to have some depth. It wouldn't hurt us at all to have depth. And we just released a lot of them just like that before the completely official deadline to cut our roster down to the final 53. We just cut 3 solid depth pieces. Chris Banjo being number 1, Sean Williams being, right after Banjo, and then number 3 being James Wiggins. And the only reason why I say that is because I really don't know what James Wiggins has to offer. A full full season, kind of season and go type of stuff. So I like what I've seen from him. People said good things from him coming in college. I didn't really hear any good things in training camp or preseason or anything like that. He was really playing with the bottom stringers when it came down to the preseason games. So I didn't really see very much out of his production, but Banjo was definitely one of them that was kind of a head scratching move for me, especially in my opinion. Let me take a swig of this water real quick. But what we're going to do, we're definitely going to dive into it here, man. We're going to go ahead and keep reading the comments and get down to the nitty gritty. I know tomorrow, when we have our final 53-minute roster, it's going to come out at 1 p.m. AZ time. So if you guys don't know when our roster is coming out, it's tomorrow's the deadline, 1 p.m. AZ time. We will know what our 53-man roster is going to look like. And I'm very excited about the opportunity here to really come down to who's going to be the 2021 Arizona Cardinals. Super excited about it. Now, I think the biggest storyline that a lot of people want to talk about, and I want to talk about, knowing what you guys have to say, because this is absolutely important here, guys. This right here took me by absolutely shock. Now, let's not talk about the cuts anymore. I think the cuts, it is what it is. We're going to find out how good we are when it comes down to the regular season. But I think this right here is the biggest storyline. This right here took Cardinals Nation, Cardinals, fan base by storm. And we're all wondering what the heck is going on. Now, whether, everything that's currently in the sources, they're saying Malcolm Butler is considering retirement for personal reasons. So it might be something to do with his personal life. Now, I don't really know the guy. I don't know anybody in the insider. I don't know anything about it, but that's the information that was given to us in terms of, he's considering retiring because of a personal issue. Now, I read a little bit more into it, and it actually seemed like Malcolm Butler has not been in the facility of the Arizona Cardinals facility for either a couple weeks or a week. And because of that, this news finally came out saying that he's considering retiring and not coming back as an Arizona Cardinal. Now, this right here kind of rubs me the wrong way. It really does. Now, the biggest reason why I want to say that is because obviously when Patrick Peterson ended up leaving the Arizona Cardinals, our player that we were like, okay, no problem, we got this player to go ahead and not so much make it better, but kind of put that Band-Aid on us and say, okay, this is our number 1 cornerback. We've seen some good things. We saw, the Arizona Cardinal, intern or the person that runs our social media put something and try to troll the Seattle Seahawks and saying, oh, do you remember this? And they showed the Malcolm Butler interception. Haha. Funny. So basically, once they were given that, everybody got super hyped up. Oh, yeah, do you remember that play with, the Super Bowl? Malcolm Butler did this. Malcolm Butler spent some time in the Tennessee Titans, this, and that. And somewhere along the lines, a lot of fan base were like, okay, no problem. I'm completely fine with it. Malcolm Butler is going to be our number 1 cornerback. That was the role that he was supposed to play, our number 1 cornerback. And now news came out that he's considering retirement less than 2 weeks away from the opening season. And this right here is panic mode. Panic mode for not just me, but for a lot of Arizona Cardinal fans that are wondering why. What the heck is currently going on with his Arizona Cardinal? Is this really personal issues? Or is this maybe has to do something with the vaccine? Is this has to do something with Steve Keim? What is really going on in terms of to make a player consider retirement. And when he signed a 2-year deal with the team, consider retirement less than 2 weeks away for the 2021 season. Now, big shout out to my guy BBHALV coming up clutch. He says, I need your opinions. If Butler retires, should we go for Sherman? Even if the controversy he has right now, I think we should, since we need a veteran quarterback. That's a great question, man. That is a fantastic question. And we'll talk about it, and we'll definitely talk about different cornerbacks and who might be available still for the Arizona Cardinals. I know there's a lot of people that are still asking, hey, why not Gilmore? Because, Howard is no longer in our reach. Howard has got his contract with the Miami Dolphins. That is no longer in our vicinity. But maybe still getting a veteran cornerback to be that number one can very well be a possibility for the Arizona Cardinals. But Sherman might not be the guy. I think what's happening right now with the videotape that was released, I think it might be a little too touchy for Steve Keim to even touch something like that. So I don't think he would go for it, honestly, just because I know the Cardinals and Michael Bidwell and Steve Keim really care for their facade. They care for their image. And I don't think when people saw that, I don't think they want to translate it into putting him in the locker room. It's just my opinion, but I don't think it's going to happen. But going back into the topic here, Malcolm Butler, man. Malcolm Butler dropping a bombshell over to us and saying that he is considering retiring. So when I first thought about this, I'm like, damn. Arizona Cardinal fan in a nutshell. We think everything's going good, and now this happens. And obviously, I released a video out. Obviously, I wasn't in my studio at the time, so it was a very poor quality video that I released. But it remains to be seen. This story is a huge story for the Arizona Cardinals. It is. Because he is supposed to be our number one cornerback. Yes, we have Byron Murphy. I love what his progression is. I love what he's doing on the field. Hopefully, he plays on the outside for us. Yes, we have Robert Alford, but Robert Alford doesn't really give me the confidence that he can last all year. He doesn't. He doesn't give me the confidence that he can last all year. So that leaves us Byron Murphy. That leaves us with Marco Wilson, which honestly, I'm happy with Marco Wilson. I love what I've seen from Marco Wilson in preseason. But guys, it's preseason, and he's a rookie. And who do we also have? I'm pretty sure we still have Worley. I didn't see anything about him being released. Maybe we'll see that tomorrow that he'll be released. And then we also have Tay Gowan, which a lot of fans are really, really up in arms for Tay Gowan. He's a fan favorite already. He's gotten, in contact with multiple different, Instagram Cardinal fan pages. Even myself as well. Like, he shouted himself out on the comments below. So he seems to be quickly becoming a fan favorite, which obviously I think a lot of people would be very excited to see Tay Gowan on there, but I don't think he's quite ready. Don't think he's quite ready quite yet. But he might get thrown into the fire with this whole situation from Malcolm Butler. Is he going to retire? Is he not going to retire? Now, I think we'll be getting our answer very, very quickly. Maybe within the next 2 or 3 days, because I think when it comes down to it, this front office needs to get in front of this. They need to get in front of this situation, and they need to get in front of the situation fast. Whether they've heard from Malcolm Butler yet, whether they have not heard from Malcolm Butler yet, they need to get in front of this fast. Because the season is coming. The season is coming a lot quicker than we all think. And if we don't get in front of it, I am worried to figure out what our, cornerback situation, cornerback group is going to look like against the Tennessee Titans. Am I confident? My confidence level it went from a 7 down to a 6 or a 5 in my confidence level in this group. And it's not because I don't have faith in Byron Murphy. It's not that I don't have faith in Marco Wilson. It's that I don't have faith in, Tay Gowan. It's just Tay Gowan and Marco Wilson are rookies. They're going to struggle. It's the nature of the freaking beast. They're going to struggle. I like what I've seen from Byron Murphy. Hopefully he continues to progress, and maybe he can become that outside corner that I've always wanted him to become. And now we're going to get fans that said, told you, we should have got a cornerback in the draft. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. And now, can you really blame the fans that are coming up in arms and saying, what the heck is going on with this Arizona Cardinal team right now? Now, this is weird to me. Let me point this out to you. This is weird to me that Malcolm Butler has not been in the facility. He has not been in the facility for the past 2 weeks or a few weeks, they said in the report. Few weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, whatever. And now this news came out about him considering retiring for personal issues. Let me ask you guys this question. Do you think has to do with the vaccine? Obviously, with the NFL coming out saying, teams will have to forfeit if they have unvaccinated players. Do you guys think this is what it is? Because all signs point to this. Now, if they say personal reasons, this can very well be a personal reason. He has the choice to not get vaccinated. That's a personal reason, in my opinion. He hasn't been in the front office or in the facility at least for 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. Do you guys think that this has to do with that? Because if that's the case, man, our front office needs to get their together. And the reason why I'm saying that right now, boys and girls, is because the front office, their number one job is to, it is a personal issue if you want it or not. But dang, like, could you have got in front of this earlier? Like, can we prepare us a lot earlier than what we have? Because right now we're in a situation where we have two rookies that might have to start. And Byron Murphy, which I'm actually super confident with, but like a lot of people were saying, we're going to get burnt. We're going to be kibbles and bits with wide receivers like Julio Jones, with wide receivers like A.J. Brown when it comes down to this very first game. Let me give a big shout out to my guy, I Am Bear, coming up clutches. Murphy, Marco, Gowan sounds like a no-fly zone. Also, glad Tay made his team. I agree, man. Thank you. It seemed like he definitely made the team as well. I saw the tweet as well, so hopefully he did. MGO, what's up, dude? Says, do you think Byron can be a CB number one? I have confidence that he can be. I do. I think he definitely can be. Vance Joseph has been raving about him, that he wants to try him out on the outside. And yeah, I'm happy with it. He's a second-round pick. Put the young man out there because honestly, he's made some plays. He definitely has made some plays. Big shout out to my guy, Mike, AZ Cards fan, number one, with the $1 donation. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. Now, I'm not one to ever talk about politics. I'm not one to ever talk about anything that's not football. But this situation, it screams to me. It screams that this is related to him maybe not wanting to get vaccinated. That's what it screams to me. With the report saying that he hasn't been in the, in the facility the past week or two. Yeah, it seems like we might have a situation where like we should have got in front of this. As a team, we should have got in front of this. Now, I'm not sitting here right now and saying he should have done it, he shouldn't do it. I don't care about all that stuff. I'm talking about our front office keeping this Arizona Cardinal team ready to go point blank for success. That is what I wanted to do. And it sucks, man. Now we're here with the cornerbacks that we have. And I'm nervous, man. I'm absolutely super nervous. I am. Jacob, what's up, dude, man? Thank you so much for being here. Says, we need to stop worrying about the players. We can have ultimate team, but if Cliff still calls bubble screens on third downs, we're not going to win. Appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so very much for that. Appreciate it. I think this screams Arizona Cardinal fans in a nutshell. Everything was going good, and this happened. Everything was going good, and this happened. Appreciate the super chat, Jacob, man. Thank you so very much. Other thing I can think of right now, take a look to see who's available cornerbacks right now. Who's the available cornerbacks that can very well be a cornerback for our Arizona Cardinals? Because what it looks like right now, it looks like Byron Murphy isn't coming back. That's what it looks like. And I'm worried. I'm worried, boys and gals. I am worried as all can be. Somebody did ask me, do I think Byron Murphy's going to be could be a number one? I do. But what about number two? What about the slot? This is how my mind works right now. Big shout out to my guy Jake Dilbert with the $1 dono. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. This is where my mind's going right now. If he does decide to retire, okay, cool. Dang it, Malcolm Butler. Thanks for letting us know. Thanks for leaving us high and dry. Whatever. It's your personal reasons. That's fine. Byron Murphy as our number 1. Marco Wilson as number 2, and maybe Robert Alford as our 3 in the slot. Like I said, it's going to be depending on our front office and our coaching staff. They know the team a lot better than myself and probably everybody in the chat here. If they feel like Marco Wilson can be in the slot, put the young man in the slot. If they feel like Robert Alford's better on the outside, put him on the outside. I think we can get by. I think we can squeak by. I apologize. I think we can squeak by with what we have right now. Am I confident? Not the least bit. Not the least bit. Let me know, guys, right now. Let me know your level of confidence from this cornerback group in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below what your level of confidence for this cornerback group right now. From 1 to 10, 10 being I am freaking confident and nothing's going to stop our cornerbacks. Put it in the comments below. Big shout out to my guy, Chris Cummings. This reminds me of the Andrew Luck. Yeah, I agree. Out of nowhere, out of the blue. The only really thing that kind of gets me to like, hey, maybe this might have to do with the whole vaccination thing is because he was not available for the past week or two. So that kind of leads me to believe that the personal issues is that. Now, we're not here to dive into it. I don't care about his decision. This is a football channel. But we're going to take a look to see what everybody's saying here shortly. BBH coming up with another super chat coming in. Says, should we trade for Gilmore involving Hicks, Andy, and 2 picks? Well, here's the situation now. So here's the great question. He said, should we trade for Gilmore? So I don't think the Patriots are willing to give up Gilmore anymore. The best opportunity to have gotten Gilmore would have been last year. I think with Mac Jones or, a second year of Cam Newton, I think that they're wanting to go for it. And quote unquote, that they're wanting to go for it. And also, Hicks, I'm not comfortable with getting rid of Hicks anymore because we just got rid of 3 depth safeties before our 53-man cut. We just got rid of 3 freaking safeties today. Now, I think the idea is probably putting, Isaiah Simmons back there in safety next to Budda Baker, which I'm cool with. So therefore, I don't feel confident with getting rid of Hicks because Hicks is going to be right next to Zaven Collins. So this would have worked if we didn't get rid of like 3 freaking safeties today. Yeah. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. We have some people answering my question. We got a 4. Let's see what else other people are saying in terms of level of confidence for this cornerback group going in. Alexis says 6. Let's see what else we have here. 6. We have an 8 from David. Jovan says 7. Jonathan says 4 out of 10. Jonathan Castro says 4. 8.5 for Big Red. Sergio, what's up, dude? Says 5. It's not looking pretty, guys. It's not looking pretty at all. Jonathan Paul Soto, number 4. 4. Not looking pretty, man, at all. So we got another super chat here from Jake Dilbert, another $1 donation. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. I think we could have done that trade. Well, I don't think the Patriots are willing to give him up right now. But this trade would have worked last year. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't even know how to talk. I don't think the Patriots are willing to do that. But now the fact that, we got rid of 3 safeties today, being that Isaiah Simmons might play that safety role, I think he's going to be back there. So that doesn't want me to change Hicks at all. I want Hicks to stay. Keep on reading here. Jake says I suck at donating. You're good, man. No worries. I see you, man. You're good. Appreciate you. First, appreciate the donations, man. Thank you. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna say Jake. Is it Diebert or I'm not gonna butcher it. My bad. Just Jake. Appreciate the donation, Jake. Sorry, man. So for the confidence level right now between you and me, I would say 5 or 6. I would say 5 or 6. 6 is optimistic for myself. But quarterback right now is, let's freak out. This is the time to freak out, Arizona Cardinal fans, because what's going on in our front office right now without the level of urgency, without the level of let me prepare, because I think they knew what was going on. If your number 1 cornerback has not showed up in 2 to 3 weeks in your facilities, you should have known we need to plan for something. Something is going down. Our plan for replacing Patrick Peterson has now gone out the window. Now, this is no fault to the Arizona Cardinals that this new rule was implemented in the NFL. It's no fault to them, but it is the job of the front office. It's the job of the front office to prevent these type of situations from not going into the season and being like, dang, our number one cornerback can very well not suit up against the Titans. I sure as heck hope he plays. I do. It doesn't look good though. It really does not look good. It does not look good at all, boys. I did see my guy Not Mario up there saying that he's not worried about the cornerback role because we're going to put DeAndre Hopkins out there. Put DeAndre Hopkins, right? The man that can do everything. Why not? Put him out there too. Let him catch some balls. I love it. Love it. Love the optimism, man. Think I needed a laugh. This is tough, man. This is very, very, very tough. We have Otis up there. Otis Driftwood saying Pat P is laughing hard right now. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Patrick Peterson at the moment is like, ha, ha, ha. Front office did it to you guys again. And I think when it comes down to this team, I think more of my hate is going towards the front office. If it ever comes down to this team is not as hyped up as we all thought was it going to be, like I said, this season can either go very, very well for us. We can be that 12, maybe 11, 10-win team this season, or it can go very, very bad for us. I'm not 100% sure what this team is. I really don't know. I'm excited because, hey, the season coming around, another opportunity for us to go for the Lombardi. And yes, I'm doing quotations because I know there's teams that are a lot stronger than the Arizona Cardinals, but for us to get another level closer to the playoffs, a lot more consistency of a ball club, I'm game for. I am game for. But now we're sitting here, boys and gals. Boys and gals, we're sitting here right now, 13 days away from our first regular season game. And news came out that Malcolm Butler is considering retirement for personal reasons. Oh, the feeling of being an Arizona Cardinal fan. This is it in a nutshell. This is it in a nutshell. Joel Mendez, what's up, dude? That's still hurting from the Suns. I agree. Man, just when we thought, let's figure out something quick. Let's figure out something quick. Because honestly, this hurts, man. This hurts. This hurts. I know even in the draft, we were kind of excited because we wanted a cornerback. We got Zaven Collins. At this point, I ain't mad at it. But we're still going to get some people saying, hey, why didn't we get cornerback? Let's take a look to see who's the available cornerback still available for the Arizona Cardinals to possibly pick up a veteran that we can very well get. Obviously, Richard Sherman has been a name that's been thrown around a lot in this stream. Let me know what you guys think. Richard Sherman, yay or nay? Put it on the comments below. You could put Richard, yay, Richard, nay. It's up to you. Put it on the comments. I'm just going to list out some names, who's still available. And once we get through this list, are we panicking? Are we not panicking? So Richard Sherman's the first one. Yay or nay? Put it on the comments. Next one we got was Quentin Dunbar, which is a guy that, obviously gone through a lot of off the field issues. Yeah, he's 29 years old. And yeah, yay or nay on Quentin Dunbar. Next player is it Greon Conley? Don't know the guy. 26 years old. DJ Hayden. 31 years old. Prince Amukamara, that name sounds familiar, right? That name sounds all so familiar. Prince Amukamara. Didn't see him all last year. Josh Norman. There's Josh Norman. We can very well call Josh Norman up. Dre Kirkpatrick might still be available. Last year, Josh Norman really is the only one that kind of reaches out to me, honestly. Any other cornerback out here, I feel like we're just signing somebody for to play somebody behind, honestly. Josh Norman is really the only like available free agent. There's Sherman as well, but I know with the off the field issues, I don't think Kime or Bidwell is going to want to touch it. I really don't. They're not going to want to touch that with a 6-foot pole. Josh Norman might be a possibility. I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm grasping at straws, boys and gals. I'm grasping at straws. I will take Josh Norman in a heartbeat. Maybe he can be our 3. Maybe he can be our 2. Maybe we can solidify Byron Murphy. Hey, young man, you're going to be our number 1. That's it. That's your role. Number 1. Number 2, Josh Norman. Number 3, Marco Wilson. Give the young man an opportunity. And even if we don't, like I said a little earlier in the stream, even if we don't get anybody, I think we can squeak by. I think we can squeak by with what we have right now. As long as Alfred stays healthy, we can squeak by with what we have. I don't think we have the depth that we would love and would have liked to have. But hey, this is the cards we were dealt. This is the cards we will dealt. Not Mario. Got to go. Please stop, man. Thanks for showing up. Oh, it says Simmons at DB. Yeah, I mean, hey, there was people saying that Simmons were going to play like up to 5 roles in the defense. I don't know how that's possible, but that was the word that came out. That Isaiah Simmons was going to be playing a lot of like roles in this defense. I don't like that game plan. I really don't. I want him to have one spot and master that spot. What it seems like is happening, I thought he was going to be the weak inside linebacker, but it seems like he's going to go to safety. And the reason why I say that is because we're releasing safeties left and right like we don't need the depth. Like we do not need the depth. We are releasing them left and right. So Isaiah Simmons can very well be that safety back there. Laura, what's up? Thank you so very much for the super chat. Appreciate it. How's Gardick's health? Big impact player. Oh, 100%. Oh, Gardick, I am happy with Gardick. I really am. I think Gardick is going to be available. I know that there were some issues with him, like having a bigger, health issue than we all suspected him. If we don't see him in week 1, I think by the latest, maybe week 3, maybe week 2, but he might take a week off. I think the good thing that's in the favor of Gardick is that he is... or our defensive line is pretty darn good. As long as we can stay healthy, Chandler Jones, Jordan Phillips, Corey Peters, Marcus Golden, J.J. Watt. I think we have a lot of great defensive lineman players. So it gives Gardick more of an opportunity to be like, hey, young man, be ready whenever you're ready. And when you come out, let's ball out. So I think he's trending in the right direction. And yes, I do think he's going to be a big impact player when he's healthy. Appreciate the super chat. But yeah, looking at the list of the available cornerbacks right now, Josh Norman really was the only one who stood out to me. And honestly, that's not really even a good option. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie to you. Not really a good option. If you guys are just getting in here right now, definitely do me a big favor. Smash that like button. Smash that like. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes on this live stream alone. If you're looking at me like this on your phone, switch it over. Smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot more than you guys think. I'd appreciate it. And subscribe. If this is your first time here, subscribe. It's scary, man. It is. I got my guy Lennon up in here saying it's very scary for an Arizona Cardinal fan. It is, man. It almost kind of seems like, oh boy, here we go. Here we go again. I didn't get that. Sorry, Siri over here is talking to me. Yes, so that's kind of where we are right now. Biggest storylines right now. KeeSean Johnson, 3 safeties that I really liked for depth players were released today. And then Malcolm Butler is considering retiring from the NFL due to personal reasons. Oh boy. Who we have now, we can squeak by. We can squeak by. And like I said, squeak is realistic. We can squeak by with what we have right now. Are we going to be good? Maybe not, but we can squeak by. Big shout out to my guy, I Am Bear, coming up clutches. If Butler retires, 3 realistic trade options: Rolby from Houston, Callahan from Denver, or Henderson from the Jags. I know the Jaguars were very considering, yes, getting rid of Henderson. That might be a possibility. The Arizona Cardinals might need to get on the phone with them. I wouldn't be wanting to. I think out of your list, my guy, I Am Bear, I love the option of Henderson. Young, maybe talented player, but he's got some high upside. I like that. Out of your list, my guy, I love Henderson from the Jags. I think that would be an awesome option for the Arizona Cardinals if Butler does decide to leave. But also, Butler, please, and I doubt you're listening to this podcast, I doubt you're listening to this live stream, but please let the Cardinals know sooner than later if you're not coming back. Please, let us have some time. Let us have some time so we can bounce back, please. Appreciate you. Jay in the Bay, what's up, dude, man? He says, what's good, AZ Card fans? Will Cliff Kingsbury be fired after the card? Oh, my goodness. Shots are fired on my guy, Jay in the Bay. If you guys don't know this guy, awesome content creator for the San Francisco 49ers. Big shout out to you, man. Thank you so very much. This is, yeah, you wanted to get us while it hurt, right? You wanted to hit us while it hurt. But I do think that if we miss the playoffs again, your question is yes. Sheesh. Right where it hurt, man. Right in the cojones right there. I Am Bear coming up clutch. What's up, dude? It says first 2 played for Vance before. Oh, first, yep. I agree with you. Definitely agree with you. But honestly, that Henderson, man, I think that's an awesome, man. That's an awesome idea right there. I forgot that he was in the trading block. Jay in the Bay, I see you laughing there, man. Right where you had to, man. It was like it's like when you have a friend and that girlfriend broke up with them. You know what I mean? And that you constantly bring it up and be like, remember that one girlfriend you had? That's exactly what you just did to us. Just FYI, we're suffering. Obviously, hurt Arizona Cardinal fans, and just hurting us more. But yeah. Please, Malcolm Butler, let us know soon. Are you coming back? Are you not coming back? Can we please find this out? Because we need to figure this out. We need to figure out what we're going to do. If we're cool with rolling with Alfred, Byron Murphy, and Marco Wilson, which I'm really happy with. Marco Wilson looks really good. Let me point that out right now, ladies and gentlemen. Marco Wilson looks dynamite. But if we're comfortable with it, let's roll with what we have, but keep in mind, this is going to be squeaking by. This is going to be squeaking by. I would feel a lot more confident with the Arizona Cardinals going out there and making an acquisition. Use a draft pick. Get a player. Bring a player in. Juan, what's up? How do you feel about the season? I was very optimistic about the season yesterday. And now we're here. Appreciate everybody for joining in. We will be doing more live streams, and I appreciate everybody. Smash that like button, subscribe, put your post notification bell on as well. We're going to be doing a lot more live streams, talking to each other, bringing the Red Sea together. Tomorrow, if you guys don't know, we will be doing a roundtable, NFC West roundtable with my guy CG Ruthless Sports. We're going to be coming in there, and obviously we'll be talking all sorts of smack to each other because the season is coming around. So yes, make sure that you are constantly looking at my community tab. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m., we will be having a NFC West roundtable on either of the 4 channels. I will be having it every 4 weeks, but I'll keep you guys updated on the community tab on my page. So keep that in mind. But yes, that's how we're going to end it right now, guys. Hopefully we all sleep well today because right now we got a doozy. we did not have some good news for Cardinal fans right now. They gave us all these terrible news and expect us to have a sleepless night tonight. That's exactly what happened. And I'm pretty bummed out. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if you guys can do me one big favor, put some fist bumps on the chat below, just like my guy Lennon Wolf, the AZ sports fan here. Put some fist bumps on the chat below. We're gonna end this live stream, and we are going to do more videos for the Arizona Cardinals. So if you like this type of content and you're not already subscribed, what are you doing with your life? Subscribe, put your post notification bell on, and do what you need to do, guys. Are you worried? Put it in the comments. That's how we're going to end the live stream, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining, and I'm out.